Welcome to AamirzTwoCents. In this video, we are going to talk about a different scenario. What things you need to consider when you come to United States on a DV lottery or on a green card, family base, or any other green card. So there are certain things you need to understand or you need to know that can help you to settle down in America. So the very first thing I will suggest, if let's say you are selected in DV lottery, that's around 50,000 green cards every year given to different people across the world. And they come to United States and work here and live here after getting a green card. Now, once you are selected in a DV lottery, you have pretty much 1 year of time. And the same way, like if you are coming on a family-based immigration, you would know that your file is in the process and all that, and it gives you a lot of time to work on different things that can help you to settle down in America. Very first thing I will suggest you to learn English because this is a different country. This is a totally brand new country, and the language of this country is in English. So if you do not know English, your chances of doing bigger things, your chances of working in a company, your chances of finding a job and going to your kids' school and all those kind of communication, wherever you need to go, you need to talk in English. So I will suggest that if somebody is selected in DV lottery or coming as an immigrant on family base or whatever the process, the very first thing is spend like 1 year or whatever or 6 months you have there in your home country. Learn English every day, take classes, even you are 30-year-old or 40-year-old, whatever age is, go ahead and start taking English classes. Learn English. That will increase your a lot of chances to be successful and have better life in America. Second part, I will say working on your skill. So if you are already you're pretty good in your skill. Let's say you were working IT. Now you maybe work on some IT very old software system that is okay with your home country, but America might not be using this. So start doing your research on those softwares and say what software is most demanding, what type of jobs are in America. So work on that software and learn those skills and build those skills. So let's talk about the not totally if there is a licensing has to be done. Maybe you are a nurse in your country and now you have to pass the license. Maybe you are a pharmacy guy and you have to pass the license. So give that a whole year working on that skills and prepare yourself for those license exams and all that. Now, and that once you come here, they take that exam and everything, that's great, and if you pass it, get the job done, that really helps right away. But now let's talk about the people who do not have those any skills. They are not very highly educated, they barely speak English and all those, but as I told you, learn English. Anybody can learn English, it's not a big deal, just work hard and learn it. Now, if you do not know English, what skills America need? So there are many things you can work on. Maybe you can become an electrician, maybe you can work on something like a small handyman, so get all those skills, where you can find a good job. So if you do not have a skills, maybe you want to work, let's say automobile, so let's say you want to repair the cars, so learn that skill. So don't think like, oh, I will go to America is a heaven. It's not. It's literally not. So once you come to America, you have to work hard to live a life. So learn that skill. If you are not very much educated, learn the skill. So that's in demand in America. So a couple of I can give you maybe a truck driver. If truck drivers make good money, and if you never have drove a car, start learning driving a car, start learning driving a truck. So when you come to America, at least you can maybe become a delivery guy for Amazon, maybe drive a big truck, and make good money out of that and make a good living. So find one occupation or a thing that's in demand for not very much educated people, but that's in demand, pays good money, and learn it in whole year when you are there on waiting for your DV lottery to be done or your immigration to be done. Now, let's go back to the one point, which city I should be going, and a lot of people have heard only New York is the city, or LA is the city because of Chicago. There are 5-6 different cities that we hear in our movies and all that, and that's what we see. America is a very big country, and it has a lot of cities, and it has a lot of kind of small towns and everything. So I will suggest, let's say you have no skill. Let's just start with that. Let's say, hey, you have no skill at all, and you don't know, like your English is really not great, and now you need to come to America with two kids. What you will do? So couple of things you can think of. You and there are two peoples into your family. Let's say you and your wife is gonna work, and or you are the only person who's gonna work. So if you don't have any skill, and you come to United States and you go to New York, you are gonna make around $7, $8, maybe max, let's say max $10 per hour. Now you work 8 hours, you make $80, and if you multiply with 30, so if you work over the weekend as well, you're gonna make around 20, maybe $2,000 to $2,400. That's all you will be making. Renting an apartment in New York can be very expensive with like two kids and two husband and wife. That's you need an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment minimum you would need it, and then paying rent of $1,600 or something like that. Also add that moving telecommuting or the place that you are gonna at, maybe you will use car, you will use maybe subways and all those kind of things. So you will spend money on the traveling for your job and all those kind of things. Phone bills, electric bills, and all those bills add up to it. So you will have really nothing. You will be going in a lot of struggle phase right away. So now if you two people work, you can make a normal living in New York. But if you are your whole goal is that you bring the kids here, and your goal is my kids will go to good school, and I will have a normal job or odd jobs such as Walmart or Food Line or some grocery shop, and all those small jobs you want to have it. So I will suggest look for a small city, a medium-sized city where you work odd jobs, and at least you pay maybe $800 for the 2-bedroom apartment, for renting. So your rent is half what you were paying in New York, and the living expenses are way less. So you might have to work some extra hours here in the small town as well to go with the daily livings, or monthly living. But still, your expenses will be way less. So don't think like if your relatives are living in New York, my relatives lives there, I just want to get to go and settle down with the relatives and all that. That's not going to be happening. They have their own things to do. They're also struggling. Nobody's too rich. And if there is some relative you have he's or she's too rich, they're not going to give you money. So, and the culture is, America is different. I mean, they can't have you in their house for a long time. The kids who are growing up here, they have their own way to do the things, and person has changed over the time as well, like sister or brother what you have in New York or in the United States of America. So it's after you're meeting after a long time, so maybe first couple of months fine, they will settle you or handle you, but after that you have to go by your way. So you make plan accordingly. Same way, if you are a IT guy, or if you are you're really skilled, so then you have to think like which city works best for you. So if there are tons of job in IT in New York, but there are tons of job in IT in Charlotte, North Carolina, that's a medium size of city. So you have to make your research before even come to America. So go on dice.com, monster.com, for the handyman people, start looking at the Craigslist, like what type of people work are available, so you can learn one skill out of that too. So choosing a city is very important. That's one of the important, because that's going to be your major expense. I will suggest I will suggest like medium-sized city where you have less expenses on your bills and less expenses for rent and all those kind of things. One of the other thing I will like to talk about that is the kids' education. So you when you come to America, not whole America is the same America, and there are the schooling system is depending on where the rich people live. To be honest with you, their school is better, because they pay a lot of taxes and all that. Where a lot of poor people are in America, the school system is pretty bad there. So just you can go on Google, check the rating for the school, and you might want to do this thing, like go even in a medium-sized city, and then there find the place for rent, even small bedroom apartments, and where your kids can go to the best school, because all all the way you came from different country, and now it is at least you should send your kids to the good school. Education is free, but I'm telling you, where the people has more money, the people bigger houses and all that kind of thing, the school system is much better in those places, and rating is much better as compared to where the people make less money, or they're not rich, and they don't can pay too much taxes, and the school will get the money from those taxpayers. So their schools are rating is also pretty bad. Weather. If you are coming from countries maybe Pakistan, India, and Africa, the weather is different. Here, the weather is totally different. So first, if you are coming to New York or New Jersey or Chicago, these are places are cold, and you are going to be regretting yourself, like where why should I get into these places? Because these places are cold. It's hard to handle for you. I will suggest look for the weather too, because that's one of the major factor. Even you just making your living, ongoing living. Why you live in a terrible weather? Why not to live in a better choice? The whole America is open to you, because you are coming as an immigrant. You coming on as a DV lottery. This whole America is yours. You can go to any state. So choose a state which has a moderate weather, where, like according to place where you're coming from. So if I'm coming from Pakistan, I will go maybe North Carolina is pretty same like in Pakistan, like Islamabad. If somebody is going to Texas, Houston, Austin, those places are pretty cool. If you want to go in hot climate, that's pretty much hot, and most of the time Florida could be one of the choice. So go do your research, because weather also play a big role. Learn. I hope, a lot of people come here to United States. I have seen a lot of people come in on different visas, and eventually they don't get settled here. A couple of cents of mine is America is not heaven. It's a lot of hard work. Settling in America means like living in America. You have nice weather, nice clean environment. Roads are clean. Schools are good. Hospitals are great. All those things are awesome, But I will make tons of money. You are gonna just live a life. So all the work you are gonna do is gonna pay your rent. You're gonna pay your bills and all that. And maybe you have $100 or $200, just for saving. The person like me working in IT, still, like, I know a lot of friends. They're in like late 40s. They are not able to pay their houses. So think about it. Like, it's not America is like, once you are in America, you're gonna be rich right away. No, it's a daily living. You work hard all day. You make a living. And live a normal life, but you have to work hard, and also prepare yourself the same way as goes for your wife. Most of countries such as Pakistan and India and some other countries, women don't work. So if you are coming to America, and your kids are pretty grown up, they're going to school and all that, there will be plenty of time for the lady to work. There are tons of jobs they can do. There could be babysitting they can do, but they have to be licensed and all that. So I will suggest help them out to learn English too, because if they have to communicate too. So if they are not communicating, how they're going to do groceries, learn the skills of driving, because if you are at the work, your kid gets sick or something like that, the family the lady should be able to drive around and take the kids to the hospital. Also groceries, like if she need to buy some food and she does, like, it's not a great idea. She will be waiting for you whole day, and she need to get the groceries to cook for a meal for you and family. So teach them driving, teach them English. That's the two basic skills they have to have once they come here. And if you have kids, the kids will be placed in a school according to their age. So they're not like they will not be tested, oh, they are doing great in math and English, and then they will be placed in that grade. They will be placed in any level they are coming. Let's say they're fifth grader in your country, they will be coming here in fifth grader as well. The schools are pretty good. They will work with them and make them learn English, help them out to learn English and all that. So not a big problem for the kids. Kids will be pretty settled by themselves, but I will suggest if you are coming from on DV lottery or immigration as a family base, I will suggest your kids to learn English too. So it will be easy for them to adjust. So instead of spending a whole year here to learn English and get familiar with the system and all that, so at least they would know how to communicate on the day one when they go to school. So I thank you guys watching this video. I hope my couple of cents and try to advise or whatever I know, try to share with you guys might help you, and I will see you guys in next video. Thank you very much.